Imagine a state of mind like a perfectly still lake, reflecting the entire universe without a single ripple. A place where the deepest truths aren't found in ancient texts, but in the pure, direct experience of simply being. Welcome to the profound world of Zen Buddhism, a path that defies explanation, demanding to be lived. Today, we journey into its rich history, its liberating philosophy, and its transformative practices, revealing why Zen is the simplest, yet most powerful road for anyone seeking true enlightenment. Zen Buddhism, the path of direct experience. Imagine a state where the mind is like a tranquil lake, flawlessly reflecting the universe without distortion. A place where the search for truth isn't found in books or legends, but in the direct, unmediated experience of being. Welcome to the world of Zen Buddhism, a path that defies mere explanation, demanding instead to be lived. Today, we'll journey through the history, philosophy, and practices of Zen, a tradition that elegantly unites the profound with the simple, discipline with spontaneity, and discover why it stands as the most direct route for those seeking enlightenment. The genesis of Zen, from Bodhidharma to Dogen. The rich tapestry of Zen Buddhism begins in India with the awakening of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, around the 5th century BCE. His transformative teachings spread across Asia, but it was in China during the 6th century that Zen, then known as Chan, began to truly take shape. Buddhism journeyed along the fabled Silk Road, where its encounter with the indigenous philosophy of Taoism in China sparked a profound interaction, ultimately giving birth to Chan, later known as Zen in Japan. At the very heart of this historical narrative stands Bodhidharma, the legendary Indian monk credited with bringing a radical approach to China. Silent meditation as the core of spiritual practice. Though details of his life are scarce, he is revered as the 28th patriarch of Indian Buddhism and the foundational figure of Chan in China, the direct precursor to Zen. Legend has it that Bodhidharma left India, enduring the arduous crossing of the Himalayas, carrying not just the Buddha's teachings, but a revolutionary message. Awakening isn't achieved through scriptures or rituals, but through direct experience and deep, unwavering meditation. Upon his arrival in China, Bodhidharma sought refuge at the iconic Shaolin Monastery. There, he encountered monks who were physically exhausted and spiritually unmotivated. To revitalize them, he introduced both seated meditation, dhyana, and vigorous physical exercises, which would profoundly influence traditional martial arts. Perhaps the most enduring symbol of his story is his legendary 9-year meditation, facing a wall. This singular act encapsulates the essence of Zen, total focus on introspection, and the profound silence within. Bodhidharma firmly believed that truth could not be taught. It could only be experienced. While Bodhidharma planted the seeds of Buddhism in China, it was a remarkable young monk named Dogen Zenji who would consolidate Zen Buddhism in Japan, transforming it into a profound and uniquely Japanese tradition. Born in 1200 into an aristocratic family, Dogen's early life was marked by tragedy. He lost both his parents at a young age, leading him to deeply reflect on the impermanence of existence. At just 13, he embraced monastic life, but soon found himself restless, grappling with a fundamental question. If all beings inherently possess Buddha nature, why then is practice necessary? Dissatisfied with the answers he found in Japan, Dogen resolved to journey to China in pursuit of deeper understanding. There, he encountered Master Rujing of the Chan tradition, who completely reshaped his comprehension. Under Rujing's rigorous guidance, Dogen experienced profound awakening, realizing that practice and enlightenment are not separate entities. They are one and the same. This pivotal teaching became the very core of his philosophy. Zazen, or seated meditation, is itself the expression of awakening. Upon his return to Japan, Dogen founded the Eiheiji Monastery, which remains one of the primary centers of Zen in the world today. It was there he authored Shobogenzo, one of the most important texts in Zen, articulating his profound insights on the nature of reality, time, and practice. Dogen not only introduced the practice of Zazen to Japan, but also emphasized the critical importance of living every single act with full awareness. For him, even the simplest tasks, like washing a bowl or sweeping the floor, were sacred expressions of the path. As he famously stated, to study the way is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. Thanks to Dogen Zenji, Zen Buddhism found its enduring form in Japan, remaining fiercely faithful to the spirit of simplicity and depth that Gautama Buddha himself had initiated. For Dogen, Zen is not something to be intellectually understood, but rather something to be lived in every moment. He unequivocally states, "Sitting in Zazen is the complete manifestation of awakening. In this simple act, the entire universe is revealed." Here, Zazen is not merely an isolated practice, but the very embodiment of the way itself. Everything is contained within this present act, where mind and body harmonize with the cosmos. In another profound teaching, Dogen observed, "Time does not pass. We pass through time." When we understand this, the present ceases to be a fleeting instant and becomes eternity. This teaching reflects the absolute essence of Zen, to fully inhabit the now as a direct portal to the eternal. Zen Buddhism is, above all, an experience. It boldly challenges the conventions of linear thought and outright rejects the notion that truth can ever be fully captured in words or concepts. As D.T. Suzuki famously stated, Zen is not an explanation, but an experience. This unwavering focus on direct lived experience is precisely what distinguishes Zen from other philosophical or religious traditions. At the heart of Zen lies the conviction that spiritual awakening cannot be conveyed through mere words or rituals. Pointing directly to the human mind is one of the core phrases of the Zen tradition. It means that ultimate truth is something each individual must discover for themselves, without intermediaries or dogmas. The philosophy of Zen is deeply rooted in the here and now. There is no concern for the past or the future, as the only true, real moment is the present. This profound principle echoes in the words of Master Thich Nhat Hanh, "Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet." Every single act, no matter how simple, can be an expression of awakening when performed with full awareness. Another fundamental aspect of Zen is the use of koans, enigmatic riddles or paradoxes that deliberately challenge rational thought. One intriguing koan asks, "Without moving your lips or tongue, say something about Zen." This riddle compels the practitioner to abandon reliance on words and seek direct understanding beyond the strict limitations of conventional reasoning. Simplicity is yet another cornerstone of Zen. As Master Shunryu Suzuki teaches, the posture is the awakening. There is no need to complicate the spiritual path. Sitting in silence, breathing, and simply being present are entirely sufficient. Zen finds and celebrates the extraordinary in the seemingly ordinary, reveling in the quiet beauty of daily life. Zen also fundamentally challenges the idea of a fixed or separate self. In Dogen's profound words, to study the way is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. This reflection points to the dissolution of the ego as the true path to unity with the whole of existence. Ultimately, Zen is an experience of freedom. It is not something to be grasped by the intellect, but rather something to be fully lived. As an old Zen proverb wisely states, before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. Life itself does not change, but our fundamental perception of it is radically transformed. Zen in daily life. Embodied practice. In Japan, Zen profoundly influenced daily life, transforming common activities into deep spiritual practices. Chanoyu, or the traditional tea ceremony, is a classic example of this seamless integration. Every single step of the ceremony, from meticulous preparation to the mindful consumption of the tea, is performed with an exquisite mindfulness and respect, reflecting Zen philosophy's unwavering emphasis on living the present moment with simplicity and harmony. This ritual transcends mere tea serving. It is a profound meditation in motion, where every deliberate gesture expresses the very essence of Zen. Similarly, Zen has left an indelible mark on various arts, such as calligraphy and gardening. In calligraphy, each stroke must be executed with full awareness and spontaneous precision. as there is no room for corrections. Each brushstroke becomes a direct reflection of the artist's inner state at that precise moment. In Zen gardens, stones, sand, and plants are meticulously arranged to create a landscape that evokes deep tranquility and introspection, inviting silent contemplation. These practices beautifully demonstrate how Zen permeates every facet of daily life, transforming what might seem like ordinary tasks into profound opportunities for deep connection and awakening. This is the subtle yet immense difference between an ordinary person and a Buddha serving tea. Dogen Zenji further emphasized, "Time is a continuum without beginning or end. Practicing the way means being completely present in the moment we are in. This very instant is eternity itself, and when we fully surrender to it, there is no separation between time and ourselves. Everything that exists is here, now." In another teaching, Dogen stressed, "The here and now is not something that comes or goes. The present is the full manifestation of the way. By living this moment, we are realizing the entirety of time. True practice," he underscored, "does not happen elsewhere, but exactly where we are, right now." These words powerfully highlight that the present is not merely a fleeting point between a past and a future, but the very essence of reality itself. Zazen, the power of just sitting in Zen, the concept of here and now transcends philosophical musings. It is a living, breathing practice. Zazen, or seated meditation, is one of the most direct and profound ways to experience this full presence. During Zazen, the practitioner does not get lost in thoughts about what has passed or what is yet to come, but remains acutely aware of the breath, the body, and existence itself in the present moment. As a Zen proverb aptly states, "The moment you sit, the whole world sits with you." Mindfulness of the present extends seamlessly to everyday activities in Zen. Simple tasks such as washing a bowl or sweeping the floor become golden opportunities to live fully in the here and now. This reflects the core teaching that there is no separation between spiritual practice and ordinary life. As Master Thich Nhat Hanh gently taught, "When washing the dishes, just wash the dishes." The act itself is not as important as the quality of presence brought to it. This unwavering focus on the present also liberates the practitioner from the suffering caused by fixation on the past or anxiety about the future. Zen invites us to release these attachments and experience the profound freedom that comes from being fully immersed in the reality of now. The now is all we have, Zen masters teach, and by recognizing this, we discover profound peace and clarity. The here and now is, therefore, the ultimate gateway to enlightenment. There is no need to seek something far away or wait for the ideal moment. As an ancient koan subtly teaches, when you walk, just walk. When you eat, just eat. This simplicity beautifully encapsulates the depth of Zen. Living each moment fully is the realization of the way itself. Zazen is the central foundational practice of Zen Buddhism, a deep meditation designed to guide the practitioner to a direct experience of reality beyond discursive thought and mental distractions. The term Zazen itself comes from Japanese, where za means sitting and zen means meditation. Thus, Zazen is literally seated meditation, but its profound meaning stretches far beyond the physical action. It is a state of complete mindfulness, an absolute presence in the moment where the practitioner gently releases the constant flow of thoughts and opens to an experience of pure simplicity and depth. Zazen is not merely a meditation technique, but a true philosophy of life. It teaches us to transcend the duality between subject and object, dissolving the perceived boundaries between the meditator and the world. The practice of Zazen is a path to liberation and spiritual awakening, as it aims to achieve Satori, the direct, intuitive insight into the true nature of the mind and reality. As Zen Master Dogen eloquently explained, "Sitting in Zazen is the practice of Buddhism, and the practice of Buddhism is the practice of our life." For Dogen, the simple act of sitting correctly can, in itself, bring awakening, because true practice is not just a technique, but a profound dive into the present moment. while Zazen appears simple in form. It is both profound and challenging. Beginners may initially find it difficult to keep their minds calm and focused. However, it's crucial to understand that the practice is not about suppressing thoughts or forcing mental control. Instead, it is about observing those thoughts without clinging to them. If you feel anxiety, simply observe the anxiety and gently invite it to sit in meditation with you. How to practice. Zazen. Choose a quiet place. Find a peaceful environment, free from distractions. While many practitioners use a small altar with incense or a Buddha image, this is not essential. Silence and calm are the key elements. Posture. Sit in a comfortable yet alert position. Traditionally, a round cushion called a zafu is used, but you can also use any firm cushion or a meditation bench. The posture should be stable and upright, with the spine straight, head and neck aligned as if a string were gently pulling the crown of your head upward. Main sitting positions include full lotus. Both feet rest on the opposite thighs, an advanced posture requiring flexibility. Half lotus. One foot rests on the opposite thigh, and the other stays on the floor. Burmese position. Legs are crossed, with both feet resting on the floor without overlapping, more accessible for beginners. Hand position. The hands rest in the lap, palms up, forming a circle with the thumb tips gently touching, creating the cosmic mudra. This position helps to center attention. Gaze. The gaze is gently focused on a point in front, with eyes slightly closed to avoid visual distractions. Breathing. Breathing is a fundamental aspect of Zazen. It should be slow, deep, and natural, helping the mind to calm and anchor itself in the present. Simply observe the sensation of air entering and leaving the body. The core of Zazen practice is Shikantaza, which translates to just sitting. During Zazen, there is no striving for a specific state or effort to control the mind. The goal is simply to be present, free from expectations or judgments. Contrary to the common misconception that meditation requires a mental guard to control thoughts, Zazen teaches that there is no guard. The practitioner observes thoughts without clinging to them. Thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky, while the meditator observes them with full awareness, without identification. As Zen master Hakuin Ikaku famously said, "When you feel yourself heading toward a goal, stop and let it go. There is no goal, only the here and now." Zazen sessions can last from 20 minutes to an hour or more. Beginners are advised to start with shorter sessions and gradually increase, perhaps by adding 1 minute per day. Daily practice is essential. Meditation should not be seen as an isolated event, but as a way of life. The goal is not to accumulate meditation hours, but to cultivate a constant state of presence and awareness in daily life. The Zen philosopher Shunryu Suzuki wrote in his famous book Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. In Zazen, you should just be, without clinging to the idea of achieving something. This beginner's mind, free from preconceived notions, is the ideal state for Zazen, where the practitioner finds true freedom in the simple act of sitting. Zen teaches that enlightenment is not something to be sought externally, but something already present, waiting to be recognized through consistent practice and full presence. Thus, we conclude this profound exploration into the heart of Zen Buddhism. The teaching of the here and now is not just a philosophy or a spiritual practice, but an unwavering invitation to live life with fullness, awareness, and profound simplicity. In the very instant we realize that everything is contained within the present moment, we discover true freedom. If the timeless words of Dogen Zenji and the Zen masters resonated with you, remember that the Zen journey begins exactly where you are. There's no need to go anywhere or strive for something distant. Enlightenment is in every step, every breath, every act lived with mindfulness. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a comment and share your reflections. May your practice in the here and now be a source of infinite peace and clarity. Thank you for watching.